Welcome to Ophiuchus Tarot. We are back again with another channel message for the collective. But before we jump right in and get started, I just want to take a moment, say hi, and welcome to new subscribers. I am so happy to have you on board with us. Thank you for becoming part of the Ophiuchus tribe. As always, it is an absolute honor and blessing to read for each and every single one of you. That being said, we're going to hop in. Now we have a new deck today. We have a couple new decks, but I'm only going to use one of them today. I felt drawn to this. It's kind of like a what's the tea deck. So this may have some situations in it that are a bit much. So if you're easily triggered, these might not be the messages for you. So you might want to skip this one. Otherwise, we're just going to hop in and see what Spirit has in store with this deck today. Okay? Let's see. Wow. All right. Spreading positivity. Okay, so this might be your energy. Keep radiating positive energy and influence. You're making a difference, I feel like, is what Spirit wants to say. Keep being who you are. And I want to say, no matter who is trying to stop you from doing that, is what I wanted to say. New alliance. Okay, so you might be working with someone new. You might make some new friends, bring you support and opportunities. So you might make some new friends while you're spreading your positivity, which I really love. Wow. Okay, spill the beans. You might let them know what you're going through. If you're having a hard time, I want to say, for those of you who are spreading positivity out there, the backlash that you get for doing that, it's always going to be there, right? So it's like understanding that and then taking the majority of it with a grain of salt, right, is super important. But I feel like sometimes it gets really heavy, you know, it still doesn't cancel out the fact that you're feeling the negativity that people are throwing back at you because you're trying to spread your light, right? So you might be letting these new friends know, or these new alliances know, what you're going through. You might have a shoulder to lean on, or yeah, look at that. It says joint evolution. So it's like leaning on these people to evolve. You and others are growing together, supporting each other. That's exactly where I was going. I love that. So Spirit is saying that you might have someone, even if it's just one person, it might not be a group of people, right? But I do feel like you've got a soul family member, or maybe even two, coming in that you could confide in about what you're going through as you're kind of moving forward in your life. Now, look, you don't have to consider yourself a light worker or a healer to resonate with this energy. You're trying to put your best foot forward. You're trying to be the best and most wonderful version of yourself as you move forward, right? And sometimes, not just sometimes, pretty much all the time, there's pushback, right? Just as much as the light wants to see you succeed, the darkness does not, right? It's balance, it's duality. And I feel like the more you want to keep moving forward and the more you keep powering forward, the more light is just going to pour into you. And I don't want to say you're going to become a bigger target, but pretty much, right? That's the way it goes. The more light you take on, the more counterbalance that tries to come up and meet you there, right? So that's just kind of how it goes for the light workers and the healers. Even if you don't consider yourself that, it's like when you're taking on good, positive energy, there's the counterbalance, right? There's the counterweight that's trying to pull back. So that's what I'm seeing here. Past life echoes. You know, it says some connections or feelings feel like echoes from a past lifetime. So I want to say you might come up against some new things that feel very familiar. It's like, I know I've not done this before, but it feels right. You might be experiencing that with the soul family members that I feel are kind of coming in here. You might be talking to someone and feel like you've known them the whole of your life. And maybe you have, just not this life, right? I just kind of feel like there's that echo there. It's like, I want to say you'll know this person when you speak to them or when you feel them. More likely when you feel them. It's a feeling thing. Let's see. Let's keep going. You know, This joint evolution with these past life echoes is a very powerful energy. I do want to just kind of reiterate that energy. It's a very powerful energy, and it does promote healthy, powerful movement forward. So, this person is going to help you make that next leap. So, if you feel like you've been a little stagnant as of lately, you might be able to kind of get past or over that. I wanted to say that speed bump. So it's like you might be able to get over that little molehill and on to the next. It says the real story. The true story will come to light. Now, I want to say if people are spreading bad energy or lies about you, I want to say, sometimes that can be really hard to ignore because we were saying from the beginning, people, come up against you and they do so in all manner of ways. A lot of times they will try to dirty your name or try to make you look like something you're not because they don't love the way that you're shining. So if there are lies out there, my favorite phrase is it all comes out in the wash. This is the same thing. The real story, the truth will come to light. What's done in the dark always comes to light. It may not be right away, but I feel like your name will eventually clear itself by you continuing to move forward and in your light and in your path, on your purpose, in your path. Um, moving forward, it'll come to light because you won't be interacting with the negative energy that they're trying to throw your way. It's like, if somebody's out there screaming by themselves, people are going to look at that person like, yeah, maybe they're not quite right, right? But if it's two people going back and forth and clacking horns, right? People are going to think, oh, well, there is something going on there. But if there's one person howling from the sidelines all on their own, and you're over here busy doing what you're doing, people are going to start to realize that you're not connected with that at all, right? You're not with that energy at all. So what are they howling about, right? It all comes out, I want to say. A lot of times it really comes out because you're not engaging with the lower energies. You're just not playing their game. Their biggest thing is getting a rise out of you, and they'll howl really loud until it stops. They'll get to their breaking point. They're like, "Ugh, they're not even paying attention to me. I might as well go do something else. Might as well go twiddle my thumbs in the corner like I was before they came along," right? Because these types of souls, they're not really out to do anything for themselves. They just want to slow you down because in their mind, you're actively trying to make them look bad because they're not moving forward and you are, right? That is how you have wronged them. You are moving forward in your own life, in your own lane, minding your own business. I know it's ridiculous, but that sometimes is all someone needs to lose their mind, right? So I do kind of see that here. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, circle of drama. They may try to recruit people like a hate train, trying to get people on board to maybe see you in a different light. They may try to get people around you or new people around you, maybe these new soul family members, to try and see you in a different way. They may try to cause a lot of drama in your life. Just know that the people who truly see you will truly see you. You don't have to do anything extra. Just be yourself. I feel like that really is all of the clearing up that needs to happen. Smoke and mirrors. Yeah, I feel like the people around you that know you kind of see things very clearly like you do. I want to say they're not fooled by what this person is trying to create, this big production that they're trying to create. So I want to say, just keep moving forward, stay in your own lane. They're going to be mad, but they're going to be mad no matter what you do, right? Because you're looking good, you're shining, and you're doing what's right for you, right? Ego check. What's going to happen is it says interactions are forcing you to confront your own ego. I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like that may be for that person. When I see ego check, I feel like this person who's trying to cause all this drama, they're going to have an ego check, but it's going to be very, very public. They're going to be on that stage that they're trying to create for you. That's just Spirit's way of saying, you could have avoided all this. You could have taken the time over on your end to run down your own path instead of putting all this effort and energy into trying to thwart someone else. it's just ridiculous. All that effort and energy they put in to make you look bad, they could have been trying to make themselves look good by doing their own thing. But that thought never even crossed their mind. They're just not there yet. These souls are just not there yet. And I'm not saying it so you can clap back in any sort of way. I'm just saying that this is what the mindset of this person looks like, right? Do healthy people, one question, one big question. Do healthy people go around trying to tear down other people? That's a very easy answer, right? No, they don't do that. They're too busy focused on themselves, like you are, right? So I want to say, do you think that this person is a healthy person? Considering all the things that they're trying to do, they're already down at the bottom, and that's why they're trying to drag you down too, because you're shining. You're irritating them. They're demons, right? You're rubbing their demons the wrong way. Let's see. Yeah, inner conflict. This person comes from a place of inner conflict. You might even have a bit of inner conflict. It's like sometimes you may get to the point where you're feeling so frazzled about it that you want to bite back. I want to say try to avoid that. I want to say the less you interact with this person, the sooner they'll fall to the wayside and out of your life. If you let them know that the things that they're saying and the way that they're behaving is nowhere near your level, it's not something you're going to interact with, it's not something you're even going to bother with, it's just so beneath you. I feel like they may start to feel embarrassed, as they should, and fall to the wayside, right? So I want to say you might have a little bit of inner conflict. Sometimes it might irk you so badly that you want to bite back. I want to say try to avoid that if you can. You could speak your truth. This is where I'm coming from. And then, but don't go back and forth, right? Don't roll in the mud with the pigs, because nobody can tell when everybody's dirty, right? Who's the one in the wrong. So I just want to say, keep moving forward as best you can. Keep ignoring the little bit of whatever from the peanut gallery, right? I just want to say yeah, that they're just bad influence, and they're trying to cause more problems. Keeping secrets. They may say that you're keeping secrets as to how you move forward or what you're up to, but I feel like if they would have just asked, you would have given them the recipe. It's like, this is what I did, this, in exactly this order to get to this place. It's like you would have handed over that information so easily had they just asked. But this person thought it was something like a secret that you were keeping, that, you know, you just wanted to show off, or you just wanted to be that the one that had center stage. And it's like, I feel like you can't help the fact that you've got center stage, you've got star power, you've got shine, you've got path and purpose, and that's why you shine. You started following your soul's inner compass, and the people that do that, they tend to shine, right? They tend to stand out, because a lot of people, they're doing what people wish they could do. And it's not that they can't do it, they just stay in the wishful phase instead of taking the action steps to really create the forward movement, right? So you just took that extra step. So this person may feel like, again, it's that ho-hum, I'm feeling bad for myself, and trying to attack somebody else because I feel bad about myself, right? And of course, you're the target because you're shining. Plain and simple. I want to say, keep moving forward. Adventure awaits. You've got a lot more ahead of you to experience. You will have more coming from, the peanut gallery. That's just a given. New levels, new devils. That's the way it works. I want to say you're powerful enough, you're strong enough to really put a lot of these things to rest. You don't have to really worry about that energy. It's just not, it's not stopping you from moving forward. And, I want to say, the people who know you know you. If you want to just speak out, not directly to that person, but this is who I am, not that you have to prove that. I feel like your actions alone and the path that you're following will prove that easily enough. So yeah, these people hold back from really following that soul's inner compass. And I feel like you haven't, and that's the difference. Protect your heart. I want to say, the things that these people say may hurt your feelings from time to time. I want to say, you're not made of stone. I get it. In fact, you're probably a really soft, loving heart. The most powerful people normally are. The most powerful souls normally are very soft-hearted. And sometimes things can get to us. I want to say, take the time you need. Lean on those that you love when you're having a rough time. You may just need to get it out to someone who cares, so they can just look at you and say, I got you. I'm here. Sometimes we just need that. We all need that from time to time, right? So I want to say, protect your heart and lean on those you love, and they'll help you get through. And it's also going to make you that much stronger as well. Yeah, silent resentment. Okay. This person may have been quiet for quite a while. Now, I don't know who this person is to you. This could be someone in a friend group. This could be a family member. I hate to say that, but it could be for some. Um, this could be this could even be someone who wants a romantic opportunity with you. They may resent the fact that you shine, that you, I don't know, maybe you make more money than they do. Maybe your forward movement is quicker than they are. You're quick on the uptake, is what I hear. So it's like maybe you just have all of these opportunities coming your way. It is the energy that you're standing in that puts you in full alignment with all of these blessings. So people may get annoyed with the fact that it's like, how do you get all these grand opportunities to move forward so quickly, to advance so fully? And it's like, I can't even catch a break. It's the energy that they're sitting in versus where you are. You've wiggled yourself into alignment, which I really love for you. There's no real problem with that, only the fact that other people will find a problem with that, right? Because they can't find their own niche, right? They can't just hop in there. So someone may clear the air with you as well, try to apologize for maybe acting stank and treating you that way. So again, you may have song signs coming through. As a side note, I want to say within the next couple of days, you may have a lot of song signs coming through that kind of explain different situations in your life. So for those of you who kind of get the signs coming in and synchronicities, you may have song signs. So if you're confused about those at all, listen to and look at the lyrics. You may catch it very quickly when you look at the lyrics. Just as a side note, clearing the air. So like I said, someone may come in, try to clear the air. They may still have a mask on. They may fake kind of concern for you. They may try to actually console you. I despise this energy, but I'm going to spit it out. This person may be the one causing problems behind the scene, so you can lean on them and you can confide in them and they can still feel like they've got something above you. So this person may be creating the mess in the background and then having you come to them, and they're holding you, trying to make you feel better about the mess that they've caused that you don't know about. Terrible energy. So I hear sussing out the snakes. So there could be some snakes in your camp right now. I want to say, really look into the people that you confide in. Make sure they don't have, I heard loose lips sink ships. So for someone, this person it's like you may be confiding in someone who blabs it all over to the friend group. It's like, you know, you might say, oh, yeah, someone might say, oh, how you doing? Because they already know, right? And they're looking just for you to kind of unload your problems. And it might be in a nice way, but they've already heard it from this person who wears the mask. The whole friend group knows why you're feeling down, and you might be saying, oh, I really don't want to talk about it. You might not be wanting to unload all this personal stuff, but just know that they already know because this person just blabbed it all out. Yeah, there's a group dynamic going on here. You might have mixed signals when it comes to this person. It's like you may feel that you can trust them, and then sometimes you may feel like you can't. I want to say, follow that gut instinct, the little nagging one in the back of your mind, or the one that says, keep it to yourself. If you get that with someone that you normally confide in, I feel like, internally, I feel like you'll have to really think about that one, right? Really stop and think about that one before you hand over those problems or your thoughts and your feelings, because this could, like I said, this could be a significant other. This could be a family member. This could be a best friend. And I had to air quotes there because I feel like there's nothing best about this person and what they're doing. They're looking for something to talk about or something to, it's like, so they can feel very, it's like self-important, is kind of the energy I'm getting here for some. Quiet contentment. Yeah, you may actually find contentment with just kind of keeping things to yourself and working through them on your own. I want to say you are strong enough to kind of wade through things on your own the majority of the time. So you might actually find a little bit more peace if you stop kind of unloading. You know, a lot of times too, we have those around us who sometimes they feed on your negativity. They want to know all of your pain. And the more you talk about that energy, the more you're focused in on it. And where energy is culminating, it's where it really starts to overflow. So if you are focused overly on the negative things in life, you're going to breed more negativity. So it's like, find people you can be around who talk about bigger things, exciting, happy things, who want to celebrate your wins with you, who want to talk about your wins, not about your woes. Because I feel like there's something going along here, and you might be slowing yourself down by kind of indulging in people who want to talk negatively about this one and that one. Just know that if they're talking negatively about this one and that one, when your back is turned, they're going to do the same thing for you. They're not going to be very loyal to you if they're not loyal to everyone else, right? I feel like that's like a key note. It should be a really big red flag. When someone feels it so easily that they can talk badly about everyone around them to you. Just know that the second you turn your back, it's all out there about you too. So I hope you're not confiding in that person, right? Big red flags. So I do kind of get that there's that gossipy energy. And I want to say, you'll know the right people to confide in. They'll want to talk about your wins. They'll want to, they're not going to ask you and try to like wiggle in on, it's like what bothers you or what your downfall is. It's like there are people, and you'll just know because they're going to be a little intrusive about asking like personal questions. Those type of people, you're really going to want to recognize that as a red flag. They have no qualms about asking you intrusive questions, right? And they don't mind watching you squirm either. They're banking on the fact that they make you uncomfortable, so you spit it out, so they have some type of ammo for their arsenal. These are people that collect things on different people, so they have it for later, right? I am kind of getting that energy here, so please be careful. Like I said, who you confide in. I feel like you'll know, or you'll be able to discern who is right and who isn't. And if you had a concern about anyone, I want to say go with that gut feeling. Okay. Let's see. Anything else here, Spirit? Double standards. Different people are held to different standards. Yeah. I hear in the spiritual community, or what I want to say is, there are people out there who I hear Miss Goody Two Shoes or Mr. Goody Two Shoes, right? So they may look at you, and I've heard this before by another reader, and the way she said it really well. She said that, your level of bad is actually not bad at all. It's like people claim that you're being some kind of way when you're just standing up for yourself, right? But what I'm feeling here is like, you're not a bad person, but it's like the baddest thing you've ever done is stood up for yourself. And oh my God, you're the most horrible person in the world because you told somebody no, right? When they can go out there and do all manner of crazy, crazy things, but they're not considered a bad person, right? So it's like, I want to say, it's like the second you decide to stand up for yourself, you're the bad one. So I want to say be careful around those types of people as well. The ones who love to point out your faults. there is some type of something going on there. If they're pointing out your faults, right? If they're not doing it with a loving, like in a loving way, and they're just kind of pointing it out. It's like, well, you did this and you did that. A person who loves you isn't going to do that. They might take a different approach and say, I noticed that you were doing this, and they'll tell you quietly off to the side, not in front of a group of people, or, you know what I mean? Not try to call you out. It's like, they'll do it in a loving way. I'm not talking about that. That's constructive criticism, and that's always, or should be always, welcome, especially if you're looking to grow and expand, right? It's like sometimes others that love you, they may catch things about you that maybe you might want to look into or might want to work on, right? And that's in a loving way. But I'm talking about somebody who's pointing out your flaws, and maybe in front of a group of people, and it makes them feel superior, right? And I kind of get that here. Or it's like, well, it's like the second you decide to stand up for yourself, they want to point it out to the crowd. It's like, well, look how bad this looks, right? Yeah. Rumor has it, again, they may be pushing rumors around. This is just a jealousy thing. You know, there's a lot of jealousy out there when you are shining. So light workers, healers, even if you don't consider yourself that, those who are shining and walking their path to success, you're going to have a lot of haters. There's nothing you can do about it. It's like, if you're not making any waves and nobody is looking at you with a scowl, I want to say you're probably not doing much of much, right? If you don't have anything like that going on in the background. Those who start shining, you've got a couple people here who love to, come down hard on you because you're always looking so good, right? So they want to make you look as normal as possible. They want to make you look how they feel, right? So I'm kind of getting that energy here. Yeah, it says you may face betrayal or being double-crossed. I want to say this might be someone that you really trust. Oh, wow. You might get that flew, like twisted around like this and flew out to the side here, face up. So you might get a confession. Someone is about to confess their true feelings for you. That may be causing upheaval as well. It's like, if this is a group thing, someone may have a crush on someone who has a crush on you. That may be the jealousy, right? You might not know it yet, but this person is trying to cause problems, maybe between you and someone else. This may even be somebody that you don't even know all that well. Sometimes the hate comes from really unlikely sources. It's like someone that doesn't know you at all, someone that just has seen you in passing, and then they make up all of these crazy stories, rumors, to try and make you look bad in front of this person, right? I'm seeing things that are even that far out there. So I do want to say, yeah, mind games. This person's used to that. I don't want to say bottom feeder energy, but I do want to say bottom feeder energy. This is someone who's not looking to rise, or not right now. They're happy with the negativity and the mind games, and that's where they live. That's the energy of the platform that they live upon, right? And I want to say it's so far from where you are that you don't operate that way, and I feel like that also causes friction, because I hear Mrs. Goody Two Shoes or Mr. Goody Two Shoes. It's like they don't do this, or I hear square, or whatever the terminology is. They utilize that to try and make themselves look normal and you to look abnormal, because the way you shine is so appealing to everyone. Do you get it? Right? So that's kind of what I'm getting here. There's a lot of different, ulterior motives. There are a lot of motives behind the reason that someone wants to make you look small or wants to slow you down. It is simply, when it all comes down to it, because you're doing well, or you're shining, or you're standing in your power, and they can't themselves do that for whatever reason, or they don't feel that they can, or it's too hard to put in all the effort. There are a lot of reasons, but I am seeing that there's a lot of different stuff going on here. Is there anything else before we close this energy down today? Trust in the process. Yeah, Spirit's just saying trust in. You do have people coming in who, or You already have a supportive circle. I want to say weed out the snakes first, because there, you know, there can always be snakes in the camp. But trust in the process of your growth. You are going in the right direction. You are shining just the way you're supposed to. If you've got some backlash going on about the way that you shine, or, you know, in a jealous way, it just means you're kind of on the right path. I know that's kind of crazy to hear, but that's what it is. You will encounter people who are who truly care and are supportive of you, and I feel like you'll know those. You'll be able to see them very clearly. So, you know, keep asking for that uh, that power of discernment from divine. So you'll be able to really clearly and truly see who's for you and who's not. I feel like, you know, they'll always show their true colors. They won't be able to help it. It's like, you know, with time, everything comes out in the wash. And I feel like Spirit's just trying to say that. Keep going, keep propelling yourself forward. Yeah, the little digs, when you hear them, trust those to be big things, right? When you get a little dig, I feel like adjust how much time you give that person, I want to say, right? How much energy you give that person, because I feel like they will start to show their colors with, oh, it was only a joke, but they were the only one laughing, and it was hurtful what they said, right? Before you give that person another chance to kind of, you know, get you again, think, right? Think about it. Use that power of discernment, because I feel like you have it. I want to say you've got great things coming along your path. You may have some unexpected news, but I want to say it's good news. I feel like it's going to shatter what other people, it's like maybe it shatters their lies. It's like you may get some type of a promotion, or you may get what you're going for. They may say, oh, you'll never make it, or, oh, you can't do that, it's not for you, or, and you may be really good at what you're doing. Say you're getting online and you're really starting to put yourself out there. And they may say, oh, well, you know, maybe that's just not for you. You weren't doing so great. And I really care about you, and I don't want you to embarrass yourself. But you know, they want to do it. They want to try, right? They just want to be better than you out there, right? So I want to say be careful, because you will have those types of people, you know, every once in a while come into your energy. So I want to say keep doing what feels right for you. And sometimes it's not an overnight thing to success. I want to say keep powering forward. When it feels right, follow that soul's inner compass. Don't let anybody steer you in a different way when you know what you want, right? I want to say stand tall in your power. You've got this. Okay, so don't listen to anything negative that people are throwing in your direction. You can take things into consideration, but ultimately it's up to you to kind of make that forward movement happen, right? All right, collective. Little bit triggering today if you don't like conflict and it's not your thing to talk about those who are kind of on the attack. Just know that you know there is a balance. It's not saying that there isn't anything good happening along with this. In fact, that's the reason this comes in, right? So I want to say you're doing just fine. Spirit's on deck. And for Spirit to come forward with this message lets you know that they're here with you. You're never walking this journey alone. You always have a big team of in Spirit that kind of walks along with you. You have different soulmates in the physical, and then you have all of what's in the spiritual. So I mean, it's vast, right? All the help that you could be getting on all different levels, it comes through all different avenues. Spirit has a very grand reach, right? So I want to say no worries about if that's going on. Spirit's just trying to let you know you're going to get pushback here and there as you move through this, as you make your way forward. So, okay, I feel like I'm repeating myself. My apologies if I am. The message is quite strong, and I tend to do that sometimes. For those of you who don't know, when I'm channeling a message, if it's really strong, it's almost on a loop because Spirit really wants to like drive it home. So, okay, I'm going to try and take a breather here. Actually, let me take a little sip, grab myself. Okay, all right. Your initials, their initials, and any other messages that may want to channel through here. All right. I heard something about magic. Yeah, pure magic. You know, people may look at you that way, or they may look at you as being super lucky, right? And you may be, but I feel like there's a lot of work that's gone in to you becoming who you are, or to getting where you have. There's a lot of work, behind the scenes work that comes into play. I heard roses, roses. So, you know, I'm seeing someone being offered a bouquet of roses. You may have someone coming in that wants to offer you. We did kind of see that, you know, that may stir up some drama as well, but you may have someone coming in to offer you roses. It's like, a loving gesture, or, as a congratulatory. I heard for some, it's like, I don't know, maybe you get a new position and someone that really cares about you or really is interested in you buys you roses or buys you flowers, right? Um, I was seeing long-stemmed red roses, so I do feel like this could be more in a romantic sense. So this may be someone who kind of makes it seem like they're celebrating your wins, but also with those, you know, different colors of roses mean different things. So it's like with the long stem, they were deep red roses. So it's like there is a romantic element to this. So someone could be coming in using something good that happens in your life as like a jumping off point to kind of, well, hey, you know, now that we're here talking in this intimate setting, maybe you'll let me take you out to dinner, or, you know, like a jumping off point. So I do kind of see that going on for some. I hear drop it, drop it. You know, I almost kind of feel like that person that gets called out, for their bad behavior, or kind of puts themselves center stage in the mess that they caused or they were trying to cause you, might be telling other people in the friend group to drop it once it comes out. It's like, and people try to like say to them, like, why did you do that? Or like call them out on their BS. It's like they may be telling other people to just drop it, right? But they wouldn't have dropped it if they would have been able to snare you in that lie, right? They would have kept pushing it and pushing it. So I'm kind of seeing that this person may be very manipulative, I would say. I heard a skilled manipulator. So, you know, I almost kind of feel like they should be embarrassed and fall to the wayside. Like they should, you know, move out of the friend group. But I don't even feel like this person would do that. I feel like this person would just sit and wait for another opportunity to try again. Like there's no embarrassment here, which, you know, says something. There's a little something off, because any normal, you know, person in a normal energy would not, you know, would not act in that way. Um, I hear just a snake, just a snake. So you may have that one person who is really just a snake. I don't know if they're in your inner circle, on the outside in someone else's circle, but the reason they don't like you is because they're jealous. I heard green, green, green. So very green with envy, very envious. I heard something about a dog. Is somebody getting a new dog as a side note? Or, you know, for some of you, I want to say something about your dog's food maybe causing tummy troubles, or maybe they may be a little grumpy or growly grumbly. It may have something to do with their food. I don't know if you just switched their food, something like that. But I want to say, yeah, if you're switching food, don't just all one day, you know, kind of like put a little bit of their old food and a little bit of the new food. So it kind of like, you know, as you kind of move it into the new food, because I feel like it could be causing. I heard a case of the growly grumblies, and I say that with my dog because he gets a little. He's very touchy anyway. He's a small dog and he's got small dog syndrome. So he thinks he's real big and bad, and he's just a tiny little thing. But I do kind of get the growly grumblies here. So, you know, if they're acting a little off, it could have something to do with their food, or you know, it might be their normal food, but it's just, I don't know if it's just like an off batch or something. I would just say, just be mindful. It could be something along those lines. Or, you know, I am hearing something about maybe they pulled something, or it's like if they're not acting like themselves or they're feeling a little funny, um, they may have pulled something, like a little muscle. It may take a little time to work its way through if they're not like jumping up on the couches, or you know what I mean? Like if they're not doing normal things like running around with like the zoomies or whatever, it could be something like that. Just as a side note, nothing to do with anything else. Is there anything else here? I see CEO. So, um, some of you, I mean, you may get to a point where you are, you're that emperor, whether masculine or feminist, you're feminine, you're that boss. Um, you could be the boss. Um, and I feel like, that's another thing they might not love. That's another thing that's gonna, I heard, garner some hate from, the hate train. So I want to say, don't let that stop you. Keep being that boss, because you worked hard to get there, I'm sure. If you're in a boss's position in your life, or that emperor energy in your life, it's because you've worked hard to get there. It's not something that just falls into your lap. It takes effort, energy, and time to really do well in a position of authority, right? So, all right. I hear driving your way. And I also saw golf. I don't know if somebody is like, I don't know if maybe you have done really well for yourself. You could be like a CEO or a boss. You could be the head of something really big. And because you've risen so high, you might have higher pay and less working time. That does happen sometimes the higher you rise. And I feel like you've earned it. You've worked hard for it. So if you get a little extra time to go and have fun, indulge in one of your hobbies like golfing or whatever else, because I did see someone, it looked like a golf course, and off to the side, or in the like on the side view, I could see like palm trees. So it could have been somewhere nice and tropical, and it's like vacationing kind of vibes. So I want to say, if you get to that point where you do get that extra time, you've worked hard for that, right? And I want to say, keep celebrating that. It doesn't matter if other people are jealous of it or not, right? They could do it too. They just have to work for it. All right, let's see. What do we have here? What do we have for the collective? All right. I heard shell phone. Hello, hello. So, you could be getting some type of communication coming in. Um, this new person, I'm seeing the long stem red roses. This person may be coming in your direction soon, maybe getting a hold of you. This could be an opportunity for forever if this is a partner calling to get a hold of you, or someone wanting to speak to you, because I feel like, my seashells, they're always a symbol of forever. They last forever. They tumble in the ocean. They become something else, but they still last, right? So I feel like, yeah, there's an opportunity for forever in the heart space. So it could be an opportunity for a love interest. They may have to travel to get to you as well. I heard bringing their heart along with them. Maybe quite a distance as well, or it doesn't even have to be all that big of a distance, but they travel to see you. Maybe they have to drive a half hour to see you. I don't know. Depth and growth and transformation. Yeah, and forward movement. This is more about your energy. That that fast movement forward. I'm seeing a horse run along the beach at full speed, just weaving, and you see the ocean crashing in the background. It's powerful. It's full of energy. It's full of life and vitality. And I want to say it just looks like it runs faster, and you could see all the muscles rippling on the animal. So it's like there's power behind it. And I want to say that's how Spirit is seeing you and your forward movement. There's power behind it. There's purpose behind it. There's exhilaration. So when they're saying you're getting to your finish line, and it's not the finish line that is like the goal. It's experiencing it all as you're running, like that thrill of it all. It's not getting to the finish line that really, once you get to it, you're done, right? And I hear the waves crashing, so more power. There's power in this transformation. And I want to say, as you race forward, you're in a transformative state the whole time. It's like you're learning and unlearning. Things are falling away. You're taking on new energy. You're going with that divine flow. And again, I'm getting that you are in that divine flow of energy. You're right where you should be to manifest your most beautiful life. I want to say yet. So, congratulations, collective. I want to say, don't worry about those who try to interfere, and keep moving forward because you're crushing it. You're really, really doing it. And I'm so happy for you. All right, collective, that is what I have for you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to become part of this Ophiuchus tribe. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.